Hello, Starknet fam. How is it going? This is Nostra speaking, and welcome to another episode of StarkStream, the weekly show where we recap some of the most important news from the Starknet ecosystem. Well, guys, today we have a lot to cover. So starting with, we'll be speaking about the amazing panel hosted by Starkware yesterday, where some of the most important representatives of the L2s gathered together and they exchange a lot of very interesting news. Then we'll also be giving a look at some of the most important news that happened during this week related to Starknet and especially dApp wise. And a lot of dApps shipped their new websites and also new versions. Some infrastructure pieces of infrastructure were also updated. So there's a lot to talk, and then also we'll be having our usual Starknet magazine, a bit shorter than usual today. But yeah, I'm sure you will have a great time. So let's get it started. But yeah, as you know, yesterday Starkware hosted the L2s panel, and basically, as you can see from these photos, some representatives of the other L2s, together with with Heli from Starknet, they had this panel where they discussed the L2 scene in general, their technical approach, their differences, their similarities. They also shared some hacks and tips on how to improve, also the user interface. Then they also discussed the upcoming Dencun mainnet, Dencun upgrade, which is going to shape the L2 space a lot, because due to that, fees are gonna decrease a lot, and it is also going to bring other functionalities, other features that we'll be speaking about later on. And so we had also we also had Vitalik as moderator, and it was given very short notice to know that he would be the moderator of this panel. But I must say that he performed very well. He did it amazingly. And yeah, so he moderated the whole space. There was Eli representing Starknet. Eli, who's the president and CEO of Starkware and member of the Starknet board. And then we had Nicolas Liochon from the Linea layer 2, which is the one being developed by consensus, if I remember well. Then there was Togrul from Scroll, Bobin Polygon Maiden, and Jordi Polygon ZKVM. Then there was also Harry Kalodner from Off-Chain Labs, Alex from ZK Sync, and Kelvin from the Optimism Collective. And I think there was also the Risk Zero. The guy came towards the end of the panel, but also Risk Zero was represented, another ZK EVM being built. And yeah, you definitely have to check this panel out. You'll find the link in the description below. And yeah, very bright discussions for top minds from the ecosystem, and you definitely have to watch it not even once, but maybe even twice to get all the concepts sync even better. And let me know if you watched it, what do you think of it, and your takes. And let me also check the comment. Hello Gochale, how's it going? Hello. Very good. So yeah, it was an amazing space, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And as I was saying, they also spoke a lot about Dencun, which is going to happen, the Dencun upgrade, which is actually a suite of upgrades, for the Ethereum ecosystem. It is going to happen around March and March, April. And what is it? Well, actually, the first thing that I would suggest you to do, if you're not familiar with the Dencun word and concept, you definitely have to read this amazing thread by Bankless and they explained Dencun very, very well. And yeah, in a few words, Dencun, as I said, is a suite of upgrades. The most characteristic, like the most important upgrade of this session is definitely EIP 4844, which brings the concept of Blooob in the contest. And basically there will be like this kind of blob space where which is going to be dedicated to L2s only, and this will also allow, if I remember well, this will also allow layer 2s to decide what to store on the Ethereum L1 and what to store elsewhere, especially when it comes to data availability, and this will result in lower fees. And yeah, there will also be, I think, something like a time frame where you can also maybe cancel some features from not some features, some data, okay, related to the transactions. And then there's also like another couple of VIPs that are going to be integrated in Dencun, which are the EIP 4788 and 6780, which are like security focus. Well, one of them will introduce a native oracle for Ethereum, and the second one will apply some improvements on the self-destruct function, which is a very important also characteristic of Ethereum smart contracts. And then last but not least, there's also going to be some EIPs, the 7044 and the 7045, that are going to improve the overall staking experience. So they are related to Starkware. And in the L2 panel, they spoke a lot about these upgrades and the implication on the all L2s. And this will definitely improve the overall user experience on the scaling solutions. And definitely, I also like I wrote that basically, the Dencun plus Starknet spatial alignment, I would call it, will bring an interesting spring-summer season. Everybody's speaking about a huge L2 season ahead of us, and there all the scaling solutions are warming up, and the market is aligning. There was the Bitcoin ETF. Maybe there will be an Ethereum ETF very soon. So there are a lot of factors that are converging, and as many people think, this is going to result also in a huge increase, and a sort of bull market characterized by scaling solutions and by their adoption, hopefully. And I also mentioned that in my own view, I don't know if you're familiar with the context, but a month ago, some weeks ago, David from Bankless, he posted a take where he said that whether Starknet could be considered the least aligned roll up or not. And some drama also followed up. There were obviously a lot of critics from the Starknet ecosystem, because we all consider ourselves very aligned with Ethereum values and ethos. And as you know, Starknet is one of the few, or the only one among the most important scaling solutions and the most adopted scaling solutions that is not using the Ethereum virtual machine. So this makes Starknet a bit different than the EVM compatible layer 2s, such as Polygon, Polygon ZK EVM, ZK Sync, which are ZK scaling solutions, ZK powered scaling solutions, while there are also Optimism and Arbitrum that are optimistic rollups, but they also Ethereum compatible, EVM compatible, and Starknet is not, because it uses the Cairo virtual machine, right? And it also has a different programming language than Solidity, which is Cairo. And this obviously makes Starknet a bit, a bit different. Sometimes this results also in some sort of, I wouldn't call it like intolerance or like discrimination, something like that. But still, sometimes the perception is that, Starknet is something like, something, quite, I mean, it is different than the other, than EVM compatible chains, but at the same time, it shares the most important thing, which is settling on Ethereum, on the Ethereum L1, which should be, I think, the alignment, the most important alignment principle, right? The alignment principle for definition. And the fact that Starknet is experimenting with something which is not Ethereum EVM compatible is something that should be praised, as also Abdel pointed out in the answers to this kind of take by Bankless. That also a part of the Ethereum's philosophy is also experimenting with something new, right? And experimenting with a non-compatible, non-EVM compatible ZK EVM, and also with another programming languages that would allow you to do things that are not possible or that are limited by doing with Solidity, is something that should be praised, in my opinion. And yeah, so I just, and I like if you noticed, the Starknet's community reacted to this kind of drama with the unalignment meme, like build unaligned. I think, personally speaking, I prefer saying that Starknet is spatially aligned with Ethereum than saying unaligned. But yeah, obviously, I completely resonate also with the unalignment meme. And yeah, but definitely to me, Starknet is very spatially aligned in a different and original way, I would say. So, having said that, let's start mentioning some of the technical features that were highlighted during this week on Starknet. And one of them was like a milestone that was achieved by the Starksheet, the NFT powered Excel-like spreadsheet, and they managed to do a transaction using they managed to call 682 steps, so 682 actions inside only one smart contract, inside one Cairo smart contract. And this is the record so far. So this is the power of multicalling. So Starknet is multicalling you to start building on it and enjoying the power of multicalling, which allows you to store different steps, different actions in one transaction. And this obviously will result in also in a cheaper action, right? And in a cheaper suite of actions. And yeah, this was highlighted during the week. This is definitely something very, very positive. There was also an update regarding the Cairo programming language. The version 2.5.0 was released early in the week. And it introduced some small improvements, improving like loops, while loops, so introducing while loops, storing strings, more match flexibility, I suppose, pub and pub crates, useful warnings, and another couple of small improvements. And you can check the new version and its details in the description. So, okay. So then also Omar Spechel pointed out that during these months, I mean, like I already knew about this, but it wasn't highlighted a lot because it wanted to be also something, they wanted also to pass under the radar, and like in the past month, there's been a Starknet mentorship program to help, like basically we're talking about not money, we're talking about like teachings, right? So basically many devs were helped by some mentors, okay, who volunteered to help them out with their first steps, with the Cairo programming languages. And I think this started with the, during the Istanbul DevCon, and continued during these months. And yeah, it is very nice that some senior developers, let's call them this way, people who already have some experience with Cairo, decided to give some of their free time to help other developers, other Cairo junior developers, and this is definitely something that has to be praised for it. And yeah, so this commitment fuels our developer ecosystem. It's a dedicated effort to support our builders completely free of charge, and it's one of the secrets behind our thriving developer community. And they also, obviously, this redirects to the fact that was highlighted last week. We also spoke about it in our last StarkStream. The Starknet is one of the scaling solutions that had the highest increase in developers. And yeah, these kind of programs are also the reason for that, for building, for having such an active and vibrant developer community. And this results in also in a lot of experimentation and a lot of UX improvements for the users. And yeah, so check Omar's thread below. Then we'll continue with with a small reminder about the Starknet initiatives that will be taking place during Denver. That is taking place like next month. And so from the 23rd of February to the 27th of February, there will be the Starknet Hackathon. I think you can still apply to it. Then after that, on the 28th, there will be Starknet Denver event. It is like Stark City Denver event, a conference that is going to be hosted by Topology, Cartridge, and Influence. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun is waiting for those who will be in Denver and are interested in knowing more about Starknet and yeah, hearing from some Starknet bright minds and attending some cool workshops over there. And as some of you may know, there's an ongoing Starknet Winter Hackathon going on, and yeah, they also published the different tracks that are going to be there. There's going to be actually it is starting on Sunday, if I remember well, but during this week there were some workshops in order to prepare devs for this Winter Hackathon. And yeah, they published the different tracks that are going to be available. There's the Avenue track, so where devs will be able to leverage Avenue infrastructure. Avenue is a DeFi aggregator, and yeah, there's a $1,500 bounty, $1,500 prize there, and also $500 for the runner hub. Then there's an Argent track, related with Argent Mobile. So devs will have to experiment with the Argent Mobile to implement it on their apps and so on. There's also a Bravos multi-owner account track. So people will have to experiment with the multi-owner account, so the Bravos version of the multi-sig, and build some cool things with it. So $1,500 for the best app implementation, 1,500 for the top Starkly implementation, and 500 for the best runner app in both categories. Okay, so there's also obviously a gaming track with the Dojo on-chain gaming engine. There's a storage proofs track. There's a July Swap AMM track. There's a Pragma Oracle track. There's a Madara, there's a Madara track to build something interesting in terms of layer trees, up chains. There's a machine learning track, so using the Giza's Orion framework and their ZK-powered machine learning models. There's also a Nimbora's track involved with, related to their DeFi polling service that allows user to use L1 protocols, but with all the advantages of the Starknet L2, so with cheaper fees and faster transactions. Yeah, and that's all for the Starknet Winter Hackathon, and it's going to start this Sunday. So yeah, let's give a look at it. Let's focus on it, and yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of very interesting use cases coming out of it as well. And speaking about events, such as the Starknet Winter Hackathon and the Starknet related eDenver initiatives, there's a Telegram group where all Starknet events are published, and you definitely have to follow it. There are only 161 subscribers so far, but this is definitely a very useful Telegram group, and you'll find the link below. And yeah, this is managed by Starkware. Obviously, be careful with impersonators. But yeah, basically in this channel, there's only a publishment of all the events related to Starknet. And then on the Starknet.io page, you also have the events page, where you can check out all the local events that are being organized by the local communities spread it around the globe. And yeah, they've been doing a great job in promoting Starknet in all corners of the globe. So shout out to all of those local communities, such as the Starknet Africa one and all the local ones there, and the Starknet Japan one, and the French one, and so on. Obviously, guys, you find all the link in the YouTube descriptions. So if you're watching this stream on Twitter, you will find the link to the to the YouTube live on the tweet below, and there you will find all the link. By the way, I will share the Telegram one and the events one, because I think I forgot them on the YouTube descriptions. Otherwise, you will find all the other links, resources, sources on YouTube. So if you're listening to us through Twitter, just go to our YouTube channel, Nurstar. You'll also find the link in the next tweet to this Twitter live stream, and you'll be redirected to our YouTube channel, and there you can like and subscribe us first of all, and then check all the details, all the links, the sources, the resources in the description. Okay, so I hope this helped. Hello, Lord Bulbhead. Hey, my friend, how is it going? Yeah, we'll definitely be speaking about gaming later on in the final part of this stream with our usual Starknet gaming magazine, and which will feature Realms.World a lot today. And yeah, so GM to you and to the whole Realms.World family. You've been doing wonders. So here we are again. Here we come again. Hello, Homer. How's it going? Nice to have you here. Thanks a lot, guys, for attending this StarkStream live. It makes me so happy. And yeah, remember also to like, to follow us on Twitter if you're not following us yet, and to like and subscribe on YouTube. This is going to help us a lot. So something that that came out of my mind is that if we go back to the to the old L2 piece panel, we should organize a sort of L2 Peace Prize awards initiative, and the first edition would definitely go to Vitalik. Yeah. So I thought about this, and yeah, so we came back to this point, and then let's go back to the track. Okay. So today I woke up and I read this from our friend Matt Barn, who's also a moderator of the Starknet official Discord channel. And shout out to all the moderators out there. And so we wrote like the smallest unit of Stark will be named free, and which is basically the equivalent of weight or Ethereum, right? The smallest unit of the token, which is used for a unit of measurement for the gas fees, right? And yeah, so I'm not sure about this because I also have some weaknesses in this kind of very high tech stuff. But yeah, it is definitely possible. I don't know if this is like an idea from Mastercard, because the actually free, it is something that is being spoken a lot on Starknet, because it is free is also a proving system, very high tech stuff. So I won't go deeper on that. There's actually a Starkers Twitter space happening next week about it, and they will be talking about KZG and free. They're like and BNews. They're like also, I think, cryptography proving protocols, stuff like that. I won't get deeper on it. But yeah, at the same time, as far as I understood, because I also gave a look, at some resources from related to Starknet. And for example, here it says like press unit way free. So it makes sense that it could be possible that the small unit of Stark is free. And so happy Friday to everybody. Today is Friday, and I just wrote the best way to start your Friday on Starknet is reading this plus watching the StarkStream, of course. If there's somebody of you listening to us, and if you know for sure that the free sorry, okay, thank you, my friend. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, as I said, if there's someone from you who knows that free, the acronym free is going to be used to reference to refer to the smallest unit of Stark, let me know. Okay, and but I think it should be the case. But obviously, I want to make sure that I'm not wrong. And yeah, okay. Another very interesting news that happened during the week is related to some testing that is also like related to Dencun, right? Because it was like the first Starknet state diff blob was sent on the Goerli testnet. So they're like the blob scan. So also the Starknet team, the Starkware exploration team is starting to experiment with blob space, with blob transactions, and so on, in order to be ready once the IP 4844 is officially deployed on mainnet. I was saying this is definitely related to Dencun, and yeah, there was like the first blob of many, Let's Blooob, and all the congrats related to it. Also, like congratulations from Tim Baiko, who's one of the leading core developers, on Ethereum. Very, very famous there. Another very important news was the one related to Starknet Scaffold, which is a development framework for developers who are new to Cairo. And this is being developed by the Argent wallet engineering team. So shout out to them. And yeah, Starknet Scaffold, as they say here, let's read it. Starknet Scaffold is a detailed open source up-to-date toolkit for building decentralized applications on Starknet comprising of the most popular and functional tools. So it makes forking the Starknet development stack easy through a front end that adapts to smart contracts and scripts optimized to make contract building, declaring, and deploying a breeze. And so Starknet Scaffold is built using Scarb, a build-to chain and package manager for current Starknet, developed by Software Mention, I would add, and Starknet Foundry, also from Starknet Mention, Starknet JS, and so on. So our wallet has SDK for devs. So shout out to the Argent engineering team for such a useful resource. Then we have two very important pieces of infrastructure. That's upgrade their website. So they rebranded their website. The first one was Madara, so the Starknet sequencer, and their new website is live. And after just like a month, there was already a website, but this one is definitely more detailed. And Madara is about to turn 1 year old as well as a project, and it is playing a pivotal and central role on Starknet because it is the infrastructure piece that allows you to build app chains on top of Starknet in a very, very cheap and fast way. And then we can have a glimpse of their website, which looks very, very, very nice. The top menus with architecture, docs, ecosystem, socials. Then you can simply, follow their map. If you want to build something using Madara, you can just click on Build Now, and the Madara team will also get in touch with you. You can also contribute, to Madara. There are a lot of bounties and contributions, rewards through the Only Dust contributions program, the Only Dust contributions platform, and yeah. So in the meanwhile, then I scroll down, I'll drink a little bit. So Madara, built in the correct way. Madara has been open source since day one, and there's more than 70 contributors all over the world. We value your work, which is why you get paid for every contribution you make. That's very cool. Then there are a lot of information about Madara, what you can do, and yeah, and all the features you can take advantage of. So very nice website. Congrats to the designer who did it, and yeah, we can also switch to Giza's one. They also rebranded their website. So just recap what I said. Madara, the Madara Starknet sequencer, and the Giza's machine learning models framework using Cairo. They both deployed their new website, and yeah. Okay, and this is the Giza's one. Just a quick look. Actionable AI for decentralized applications. And yeah, you will find a lot of information related to Starknet-powered AI. Okay, then there was the Carmine options, the Carmine decentralized options protocol that's deployed their V2. And for those who don't know, Carmine is an options trading protocol, and they use an AMM to power it. I think they are the only options trading protocol, or one of the few building on Starknet, and they're experimenting with a very complex primitive, right? And they want to be a sort of also insurance protocol, because options, if used properly, they're basically insurance, right? You're edging, towards another position that you have, and yeah. Then we also had Nostra that introduced their AMM, so another player joining the AMM scene on Starknet, and yeah, so they introduced the Nostra pool. So the next wave in DeFi. So the Nostra pools discover how it's revolutionizing liquidity on Starknet. Ready for a splash? Let's splash. Okay, so as I said, Nostra Pools is an AMM product that joins the lending protocol by Nostra, and so Nostra is becoming a DeFi multi-product platform. They had their legacy product is their lending protocol. Now they're adding this AMM protocol using also Avenue as the swapping interface. And then I think the next step will also be introducing their own order book exchange, if I remember well. But yeah, this is an AMM, and yeah, you can start depositing on these pools and earn Nostra points as well. Check out in the description below to find out more. And we move to another update, Starknet Foundry, which is a tool chain for Starknet developments. And you can have a look at the features that were introduced in this new version, such as like the addition of two cheat codes, store and load, available gas attributes, and more. So if you're a devs, this could be of high interest for you. Then yeah, so we have Lord Bulbhead here. So what a better time than this to introduce to start with our usual weekly Starknet gaming magazine. So there are many news this week, as opposite to the last Star Streams, where we dedicated almost like half an hour to the gaming magazine. So it will be a bit shorter today, but still, first of all, the first thing that you have to do is reading the Herald newsletter. And this week there was a very interesting take about loot, the loot movement that started in 2021 when there was the NFTs, hype. And this guy, I don't remember the name. You should read this, the newsletter by theHerald. But basically, as you know, the loot was this kind of Degens and Dungeons, it was called, right? And it was a creative way to use creativity and like storytelling, and combining it with NFTs and gaming, making it composable and all this kind of stuff. And Roll from the Herald collective, he did a very nice overview of the whole loot journey, right? Which is a very fascinating one. How was it born? How did it develop? How did it survive the bear market? And how it is reviving right now. As you know, if I remember well, the loot holders, the holders of the loot NFTs, also voted on funding the Realms.World autonomous world. So definitely, the loot concept still plays, a foundational role in the Realms.World autonomous world. So once again, you need to read this issue by theHerald. And yeah, there's also an interesting Twitter space coming out today at 4 so at 3 p.m. UTC, and there's going to be they're going to speak about Loot Survivor 2. So I suppose there's going to be a new a new version of Loot Survivor with new functionalities, new modifications, gaming modifications. So join a Loot Hero and Starknet Dev for a quick call for the freshly funded sequel of Loot Survivor. Okay. Then another, this Starknet magazine is is very Realms centric. In fact, early in the week, a new game is joining the Realms.World autonomous world, and we're talking about CallTheBanners, which is, I think, it gravitates around the coats of arms, right? Around the emblems of the two players fighting each other, and they need to try their best in order to spread the power of their emblems, of their family emblems. And it looks really Middle Ages. It looks really autonomous world centric, and looking forward to playing with it, honestly. And last but not least, let's finish the Starknet magazine, the Starknet gaming magazine and digital stream with some news related to influence, which is definitely sometimes also one of the most underrated on-chain games on the overall L2 space. But the team behind the influence, they're building a really, really high quality game, and they're about to ship their marketplace, their in-game marketplace, where you will be able to buy and sell all the in-game assets, and that helps you building your own colony in the space. And it's also good to know that they hold a bi-weekly community call, and the last one took place last Thursday. And you can check the link in the description to see if you can also watch it in replay. And but keep in mind that every 2 weeks there's a community AMA. So if you have questions related to influence, please attend one of these and ask their team for everything you need to know to get better at playing, also to understand the game better, because obviously it is a strategy game and it needs commitment also to perform and to understand it as best as possible. Okay. Having said that, guys, so we've come to the end of this stream. Let me know what you thought of it. If you liked it, also let us know some feedback, how we can improve it. And thanks a lot to all the listeners, to all the viewers on both Twitter and YouTube. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, to follow us on Twitter. That's going to help us. This is going to help us a lot. And thanks a lot for your amazing support. We're very, very grateful for it. And see you next time. So guys, remember to share the Starknet vibe, and see you next time. Take care, guys. See you, friends. See you at something. See you, Lord. Thanks to you guys. It's always a pleasure to do this kind of community things together. I love them, and the next month is gonna be very exciting, I hope. And let's warm up. So guys, see you. Take care.